Part 4 of 4. Dipping the Quran in the Sea. According to Colonel Emmanuel Nwobosi, one of the January 15th revolutionaries. My name is Colonel Emmanuel Nwobosi. I'm 80 years old. It's time to be bold. I am too old to die. I am not afraid to die. It's time to tell you why we had to try. I am the last of the original coup planners of January 1966, with Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzeogwu. I knew Nzeogwu too well. We went to school together. We trained together. We trained at Sandhurst Military Academy, UK. We lived together. Nzeogwu was our first head of military intelligence. He uncovered terrible plans to wreak havoc across the country and declare Nigeria an Islamic state on January 17, 1966. We took our time to finding out the truth. We organized a group of progressive military officers to carry out a coup on January 15, 1966 to stop a jihad and bring sanity to a Nigeria steeped in nepotism, corruption, and mass murders. The government of Tafawa Balewa, controlled by the premier of northern Nigeria Ahmadu Bello, were using us in the army to repress Middle Belt and western Nigeria. Houses and cars were burnt. Thousands were killed. There were 9 of us that planned January 15th revolution. Major Nzeogwu, Anyaforo, Ifejuna, Ademoyaga, Chukwuka, Okafor, Onwuchukwu, Obinu and myself. However, 4 of us started it. Major Ifejuna and Ademoyaga in the south and Major Nzeogwu and myself in the north. We then united as a single revolution. I am the last of the 4 original revolutionaries. None published the complete truth, but only me, Colonel Emmanuel Nwobosi, is alive today to tell the final truth, so that the lies will not triumph forever. They used us to repress the Middle Belt and the Yorubas. When we saw genocide, we began to disobey orders and swore to stop them. For instance, Major Chris Anyaforo refused to release mass murderers caught with weapons and was court-martialed. He was replaced with Major Hassan Katsina, a northern Muslim, willing to act. I was in Abeokuta but refused to repress Yorubas. Instead, I opened our barracks as a safe place for them to run to. They told many lies about January 15th boys to justify their genocide. Today, the same evil in 1966 is being unleashed. As I watched, my sense of guilt has vanished because we were not the evil, we were trying to stop the evil. That evil is radical Islamism. I have decided to speak out and warn the world of the impending disaster if we do not stop it. Each time radical Muslims planned a jihad, in their religious mission to conquer the world, they will fail, but, in the attempt, thousands and even millions will die. That happened to us in Biafra. At this time, let me differentiate between peaceful and law-abiding Muslims and radical Muslims, who want to kill others and force their religion on them. The problem is that wherever peaceful Muslims are, there are radical Muslims amongst them. That is why they began a jihad in 1966, that is why we had to stop it. That is why they killed millions of our people. That is why we declared Biafra, because we are peaceful people and oil and water can never mix. My story is warning to Nigerians. 4 years, I was prevented from speaking the truth by exile, prison, harassment, poverty, surveillance and death threats held over many of the actors like Ojukwu, Zik, Awolowo, Ibiam and the January 15th boys that survived. With all these facts and figure, too explicit and obvious, this is the reason Nigeria history is banned in Nigeria education curriculum. What a manner of people are taught to hate themselves and their history. Such people are vulnerable and defenseless against mind viruses and therefore can be reprogrammed with ease. This is why they keep spreading lies, character assassination, hate and propaganda against the Igbos. This is why the youthful population of Nigeria is reprogrammed to hate Igbos. This is why regionalism is dissolved and the first 12 states created in 1967. They didn't stop there. They went on to ban history in Nigeria, continued with character assassination of the Igbos, dismantling, disuniting them by all means including socially, psychologically, economically, and of course politically. This is real and deep that even as of today, May 5, 2025, some grown Igbo men and women, and most especially, some good number of Igbo youthful population reject their Igbo root and identity. In honesty, they do not know the truth because they have fed lies for decades and subsequently, they are lackadaisical in their approach to knowing the truth. Meanwhile, pragmatically, and in all ramifications and measures, the Igbo is the shell and shield of Nigeria's official existence as a circular state. In fact, the The Igbo is the freedom of all those who hate on and spread lies and propaganda against them. The truth is not a threat. In an unjust society, silence is a crime. Shame to everyone who knows the truth but spread lies. If the tortoise broke its shell, believing it is a heavy load of burden, the consequence is a dilemma. Stand up for what is right.